One second. So here it is. Here's one shipment, which is all CDs, going to IND1. And here's the second shipment, which is books and audio and an audio book, going to RIC1 or RIC1. So it is true. I went to, I listed 29 items, mostly CDs and some books, through Accelerlist private mode, and I only got 2 split shipments, 2 warehouses, which is promising and means I'm heading in the right direction in that respect, because I always list live, and I will try next time after I get my Gaylords on, new Gaylords on Monday, and hopefully towards some point next week, towards the end of the week or so, I'll start listing, hopefully, and hopefully have around 200 or so to list, and we'll see what happens then. But I just wanted to make this video. No one's on here right now. I'm just talking to myself. I'm sure somebody will hop on here, but the video is going to be short. I'm going to have to leave in about 11 or 12 minutes here, but I'm really excited about it. Where I got all of these from, where I went to a thrift store today. Well, 2 of the books I got from a local college, but the other ones, the rest of them, I went to a thrift store, and I got, let's see, so that would be 27 items there today, mostly CDs. While I was there was another person scanning, excuse me, scanning the books, and he had gone through most of them. So I decided to just, I did a couple of bookshelves and found, how many did I find? I found 3 or 4. And then I just headed over to the CDs to do that, and was able to find a good amount. Only reason I didn't go back to the books was because my scanner actually died on me. Well, that was nice. I had 2 people watching, and then they left. Well, thank you very much. And they, my scanner died, and so then I was scanning with my phone, just pushing the button on FBA scan, which was not very efficient, but I did want to finish up with the CDs because I was finding some good stuff. I found a couple of CDs. I probably found, let's see, 2 or 3 that are going for right around 20 bucks. But I found some pretty good CDs. Nothing astronomical, but decent overall. I listed, let's see, $23 in cost of goods, and the profit, the potential profit is, let's see, is 172. Whoops. Divided by, is that right? Yeah. So the average profit per item. When did I come on live? A couple of minutes ago, 3 minutes ago, and 15, 16, 17 seconds. How's it going, Terry? So I just been talking about how I went to the thrift store today. This is a short video. I have to leave in about less than 10 minutes or so, but about 10 minutes, yeah, from now. So it'll be about a 15-minute video. But I went to the thrift store today, and I'll kind of recap. I got mostly CDs, so I was able to find. Yeah, I know. Sorry about that. I'm really bad about that, which is why I have to get better. But I'm always trying to do so much, and I can never fit in the video. I always say I'm going to do it at 4 o'clock. I'm going to do it at 5 o'clock, and then I end up taking, like, these took longer than I thought to do the listing in the private mode. I ended up having to search for the, I didn't have a price, so I had to search for the prices and all that stuff. Anyway, so I went to the thrift store, and I found, let's see, I listed 29 items. 27 of them were from the thrift store today, from this morning, mostly CDs. As I was saying, there was a guy there who was also sourcing, scanning the books. So I headed to the CDs and went through all of those. And then my scanner, my KDC scanner, died on me, so I had to. That's great. You found some high profit ones. That's awesome. So I had to start using the scanner on my phone, which is super slow, but I wanted to finish up the CDs, and then I wasn't able to go through the rest of the books. I wanted to use my scanner to go through the books that he had gone through just to see if I still found some stuff, but I wasn't able to. It's kind of weird, even though I live in a highly populated area, I don't see that many scanners where I live, or sourcers or resellers, specifically for books. So I'm always amazed when I see somebody. And actually, this is the second time I've seen this guy. I saw him at another thrift store that I've frequented in the past, which is a surprise. It's the first time in almost 4 years that I've actually seen the same person. Actually, that's not true. It's the second time, but it's rare that I've seen the same person at multiple thrift stores. Usually I see someone randomly and never see him again. I'm just talking about thrift stores, not book sales, because at book sales I'll see a lot of the same people. But yeah, so I listed 29 items and I got 2 splits, 7 items going to these 7 books and an audio book going to what is it called? RIC1, which I guess is in, I believe, in Virginia. And the other one were all of the CDs that I got, which are 27 here. And those all went to IND, I assume is Indiana 1. So nothing on where I live, unfortunately. But I was amazed that I got only 2 splits. So I'm kind of looking forward to when I do a big shipment of a couple hundred CDs, hopefully starting that in about a week or so after I get my Gaylords. New Gaylords on Monday, and then I'm going to sort through them. I'll spend one day, like 2 or 3 hours sorting through, well, one Gaylord, and then then I'll have to scan, and then I'll have to bring them home and you know, place any cases and that type of stuff, resurface anything, and then I'll get to listing. So it'll probably be towards the end of next week, usually kind of how it goes when I do it by myself. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think, considering that I'm not sending too much stuff in, even though it's going to Virginia, Indiana, it should be pretty expensive through, or inexpensive through FedEx. The CDs, I mean, it's going to be a tiny box. And hello, how you doing, Mark from Rhode Island? Cool. Yeah, so I'll see how much it's going to be, but it's probably not going to be too expensive because it's going to be lightweight, and you know, they're CDs, so they're pretty small. So yeah, basically it's been an interesting day. I've been sort of chomping at the bit to just source some more things for FBA. I'm doing a lot of eBay stuff and kind of burning out on eBay, so I wanted to just go to a thrift store and see. And the cool thing about selling other things aside from books is the kind of thing, you know, if you run into other scanners, people have already gone through the books. I can just, you know, go over to CDs. Hardly anyone ever touches the CDs, and I found 27 of them. So or not 27. I found like 22, but that's why I suggest diversifying. If you can't do CDs, then try something else. Aside from books, it's a good idea. If you're running into problems, if you're not having a problem finding plenty of books, then you don't necessarily have to do that. But it's always nice to have another option aside from books. Have you ever tested uploading photos with Amazon? You mean when you're listing in Seller Central to include a photo? Is that what you mean, Mark? Because I only really do that if it's a real specialty item, and usually just merchant fulfilled. Yes, I used to do it a bit more for merchant fulfilled. Maybe when I first started, I did a little bit for FBA, but I haven't found it necessary to do for FBA. Most people don't seem to care. They just care about the price, condition. Some people don't even care about the condition that much, but yeah. No, board games are another option. So if you can't do CDs, there's board games, there's VHS tapes. I'm blanking. Well, if you can't do DVDs, which I can't do either, but yeah, definitely I'd say between like board games, CDs, vinyl, VHS tapes, there's a lot of good stuff that you can get into on Amazon in the media realm, of course, not talking about getting into other non-media stuff. But yeah, Mark, I have uploaded to Amazon photos. If I would say if it's something that's more rare or really high priced, maybe. But you know, if it's in good or very good condition, you don't necessarily need a photo unless it's something super like niche or whatever, or there's something about it that you want to show the potential buyer, some aspect of it, or maybe there's damage to it, then you want to show it in the photo. But overall, I wouldn't spend too much time on that. It's not like eBay where you want to, you know, clearly want to put photos. I mean, I used to think that too, but I think just the amount of time, like if you were going to do photos, I would just do it for higher dollar books, to be honest. If you're doing it for like, you know, $10 to $15 books, it's not going to be worth your time. It's just the amount of time that it would take to do the photos for a book that you might make, you know, $4 or $5 off of. If it's a book that's selling for like 40, 50 bucks, I still don't think you in general need the photos, but maybe, you know, for it to stand out. And it won't hurt you, that's for sure, but it's just a matter of, you just have to take into consideration your time. You could try it and see if it makes any difference with your sales. You can always experiment. You know, a lot of people say, no, never take photos on FBA. No one cares. Buyers don't care. They see the prime. They're going to buy it if it's the right price. Some people look at condition. Even less people will look at condition notes. Probably less people will even look at the feedback rating. I mean, when I used to buy books on Amazon a lot, that's what I used to do, was look at the condition notes, the condition notes, where it was coming from, because I would buy merchant fulfilled. But yeah, I would say that overall, it's probably not worth your time. But like I said, experiment. Feel free to experiment and see. You know, send 50 books in with photos, 50 books in without photos, and see if there's any difference between the two in terms of sales. If you can notice any pattern. I wouldn't think you would see a pattern with Amazon, because I don't think a lot of people don't even click through, because, you know, everyone talks about the buy box. So if you get the buy box, they'll just buy it right out of there. I never used to do that. I used to click through and look at all the individual listings on the listings page, but on the product listing page, I guess, whatever it's called. But some people might. Yeah, as a buyer, I mean, I would probably look at, it would probably be condition first, and then my eye would probably go to the feedback rating, more like the percentage than the amount. I would assume like, oh, they have a lot, so they know what they're doing, or they've been doing it a while. But if it's like really low, if it's like in the 80%, you know, if it's like 87%, even 90%, that I might get a little, you know, worried about it. But also used to be the price for me. I don't buy books anymore on Amazon. But yeah, I would suggest, and if you're gonna try it, give it a shot, see what happens, let us know. But I don't do photos, and I've been fine with selling on Amazon without the photos. So yeah, well, I'm at the time where I said I would go. This video is going to be unfortunately short, because I'm going to go out play some soccer tonight. But I just wanted to share this video. I wanted to make a longer video, but it didn't work out, because I was quickly trying to do the listing as fast as I could, so I could get to the video, because I wanted to share with you guys, to see if I got a bunch of split shipments. Usually if I list 29 items, I'll immediately get like anywhere between like 5 or 8 splits. So when I do live, so this is a tremendous difference. Thank you, Mark. You too. Have a good weekend. So yeah, I wanted to get through it, and it was slowing me down doing the private mode, because, well, first of all, I didn't have the prices, so I didn't know what I was going to price them. But when you do private mode, it doesn't take you to the screen where you can see all the information about the item. It just automatically spits out the sticker and lists it, and then you have to go back in and edit it and put, yes, thank you, hit the like button. You have to go and edit the item, the price, or anything else you want to edit. So it took a little longer, and then each of them had a price sticker, so I had to take them off. So, you know, if I didn't have to do all that, I probably would have made a longer video. But anyway, I gave it a shot, and I was just happy. So I really want to see, when I list like 150, 200 or more items, CDs, let's say, the next time around, you know, how many split shipments. It'll be a major test, because if I can even get like no more than 3 or 4 with a big shipment like that, then I'm going to definitely continue to do private for sure. So yeah, so I'm going to take off making some sales on eBay here, but I'm going to take off and go and run around a bit. But thanks for tuning in, the people that did tune in. I know it's a bit short video for you that are going to watch in the future, but let me know in the comments below how it's going if you're using Accelerlist or something similar. If you're not using Accelerlist, there's a link below in the description box where you can sign up. It's like $30 a month. What do you call it? There's other options too. There's Inventory Lab, there's Scan Lister, there's Turbo Lister. So there's a bunch of different softwares. You know, some people like different ones. If you kind of use if you've only used one, then that's, you know, one you're comfortable with, kind of a deal. But being able to do the private mode made a big difference. So let me know if you've found that made a difference or it didn't or whatever. I hear generally that private is has less splits, and that's going to be a big one for me to in terms of time and money, basically. Yeah, Scan Lister, there you go. So I mean, whatever works best for you, basically, whatever works best for you. But if you're not using software, I would suggest doing it versus using what do you call it? Doing it through Seller Central. It just can be a lot faster, especially when you get the little scanner, the little barcode scanner. You can go really fast, and you can speed up your business, and that's a big part of for FBA, that you want to be able to, you know, source, but then you got to get the stuff out of your house as soon as possible and get it to the warehouses. So I highly suggest using something like that. Yeah, Caleb Roth, he has the Excel tracking and upload. Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of different options out there. So I'm going to go, guys. Otherwise, I'm going to be super late. I appreciate you guys watching. Have a good weekend. I'll make another video on Monday. And hopefully you guys do well out there if you're going to any sales or garage sales, thrift stores, whatever. Book sales, who knows. So keep booking, guys, and I'll see you Monday. And don't forget to subscribe.